Evan, as I watch you pitch, and even as you hit, what's impressive to me is how technically sound you are on a lot of things. You're doing a lot of stuff right, and I think there's a couple of very simple things we can do to make you even throw the ball harder off the mound. As I told you, I am going to pitch you at some point this season, so I want you to keep working at it and be ready to go, right? I know you try to tell me you're not a pitcher, but on my teams, everybody's a pitcher. So, just looking at things you're doing right, you got a good separation there, ball's in a good position. When you land here, you're in a nice spot, looking strong there. Look how strong you look on your release right through here. I mean, this is really good stuff. Look at the flex in your arm. Really nice stuff, okay? So, a couple things I want you to do. One is just how you start off, okay? So let's look at your starting position. When you start, I want you to flex these knees a little bit, all right? And give almost like a batting stance. So you can separate your feet, bring that foot out here, and let's get a little flex in these knees. So from your waist down, you're going to look like a hitter instead of a pitcher, okay? So that's where we're going to start. And I'm going to show you the reason we're going to do that, okay? When you get going here, right, there's a little bit of flex in your right knee right there. And but what happens is it's not enough. So when you start going forward here, you almost are falling on that straight knee, and you see your knee kind of bending here to take the shock of the landing, but you're landing on your toe there. That's what we want. So right here, good position. But if we could get some flex in that knee before we start, you can drive off of this leg and push your hips towards the plate and get more power. All right, so let's start with some flex knees like a hitter, and then push off of this foot here towards the plate and generate some leg drive, okay? The second thing I want you to look at as we go, and how your elbow's coming into your knee here, your elbow and glove are in a really nice position. So as we come here, the ball right here is coming out of your hand a little bit too early, okay? And what that means is that you don't get the flick of your wrist. See, look how your wrist is completely straight up and down, okay? So you've lost a little flick that you get, which is where a lot of your power comes from, and a lot of the speed on the baseball comes from this wrist flick. The other thing that wrist flick is going to generate is a lot of rotation on the ball, which is going to make it harder for the hitters to see. Okay? So instead of releasing the ball way up here, we really want to release it a little bit further out and then flick that wrist down and generate the rotation on the ball. And I think those two things, between pushing off harder with your leg and then generating a little bit more flick of the wrist and spin and power on the ball out of your hand, we're going to do some good things, and you'll be impressed with how much different you're pitching by the end of the year if you work on those two things for me. I'm looking forward to seeing that improvement.